the record. It is October 2nd, 2019. This is Judge Wish, courtroom 1, session 1. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Coffee Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Letitia Follow, the Office of Public Defender.
Lakeisha Halen, Office of the Public Defender.
I don't know. Oh, we've been on the record for a couple minutes now.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Good morning. I'm Helen Bernstoff, and I'm from Mental Health Pretrial Release.
Okay.
And I'm here this morning, it's a reset, to ask for an order for mental health pretrial release on Miss Raquel Young.
Okay. Do we
She
have a case
currently, I'm sorry?
number? Do you have a case number for me?
Yes, I do. It's 2019 MM 006089A0. And she currently is a patient at Aspire, and she has been interviewed and accepted to College Place for supervised housing. And that is why I'm here today to ask for an order for mental health pretrial release.
Okay, and this is a battery and a resisting without violence. And
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not sure, if I remember correctly, for mental health pretrial release, a victim has to agree in pursuant to the administrative order? Okay.
I don't know that to be.
Okay, that's what I recall. I don't know if that's domestic violence.
It's usually with domestic violence, Your Honor.
Only DV, okay, just making sure, because I do remember there be something in the admin order about that. I just want to make sure.
State has no objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Have they done a provisional interview with her?
Yes, she has been interviewed and she's been accepted into the program. She will be released on Monday from Aspire.
Okay.
Let's go directly from Aspire to the facility.
Yes, to the facility. And if I may also say, a part of her release, she realizes that she has to take her medications as prescribed, and of course, no, substances, and she will be attending groups during the day.
Okay. I'll order that she be placed in mental health pretrial release, and that she's to take all prescribed medications and keep in touch. Does she have a case manager?
She will have a case manager, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And
to
they
keep
will
in-
keep weekly contact with her
Okay.
as well.
Okay, and to keep in contact with her case manager.
Right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Tavius Williams.
Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Williams, you're hearing case number 2019 CF 13660AO, and the state has filed an information in this case charging you as an adult. The charge and probable cause was found for manslaughter, voluntary or involuntary with a weapon. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And Ms. Kenny Swanson, I believe, I'm looking at the information, it is an F1 reclassified as from an F2 based on the weapon. Does the state want to be heard
Your Honor,
as to
just,
bond?
We'd ask for a reasonable bond based on the facts. No contact with any witnesses, no contact with the victim's family, no weapons, no firearms. I don't know if you have to make a hold to me. We just in order to look at his juvenile conviction history, that there are a number of violent crimes that are on there. And obviously, this defendant has escalated from being a juvenile with violent crimes to now being charged as an adult. So yes, that the court factored in that as well. If he is to be released, I guess he is 17, we ask that he have a curfew at this time as well.
Okay, so you're not asking for a specific bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're not asking me if, I think it's punishable by 30 years.
Correct, it's not a
Okay,
PBL, yes,
right.
sir.
Well, the information says F1 level 8, okay. All right, Mr. Williams, I am ordering that you're not to have any contact with any witnesses or the victim's family, okay? No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no illegal substances or any alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. And I am setting your bond at $30,000. And Ms. Haley will give you a number. If you have any questions, you can call that number.
Yes, ma'am.
No, wait, everything has Amy's name on it. My name. Oh, okay. I couldn't write my name yesterday.
Your Honor, Joseph Park, do you have them come at 1 o'clock for this one?
Judge Carter's hearing a motion at 1.
Okay. This one.
It's Richard Hornsby's motion.
Yes.
I don't know, I haven't read it or anything like that, so.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
I don't know if that's his name, but my guess.
is.
Okay, all right. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Latroy Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones, you're here in 2019 CF 13825AO. You're arrested for burglary of an occupied dwelling. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not return back to 4821 India Atlantic Drive. You may not have any contact with any listed victims or witnesses in the case, and you must abide by the trespass warning that you were issued in the case. Your bond will be set at $5,000. All right, sir, please step forward. please tell me your name, sir.
I'm John Billheimer.
All right, Mr. Billheimer, you're here in 2019 MO 1666AO. You're charged with an open container violation. I do find probable cause for that offense. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Billheimer?
Yes, Your Honor, I did a global offer there. He's also out on 2019 MM 4805. The state has filed information in that case. So I made a global adjudication credit for time served offer on the out case, the misdemeanor case. There was also no return because it is a trespass. There was no cost of investigation that I saw online in our file. And I don't know how much time he has on that case.
Do we know how much time he has on both cases? 35 on the trespass? And then, is it 3 or? 4? Okay, thank you. Ms. Haney.
Yes, Your Honor, my client would like to accept the offer today, plead no contest.
Anyway. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Billheimer, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom? Is this your signature at the bottom of the plea form?
I believe it is.
Okay, I think this is the piece of paper that they just walked over from your desk to mine.
Must be. I did sign something.
Okay, all right. I believe this is your signature at the bottom of the plea form. All right, and you understand that we're gonna resolve both your cases today?
Wonderful.
Okay, and that's what you wanna do?
That's what I would like to do.
Okay, all right. And so did you understand everything that was contained in the plea form?
Yes, I understand most of
Okay,
it.
well, what don't you, is there anything that you didn't understand? There's a bunch of rights in there that you're giving up when you enter the plea. Did you understand all those rights?
I understand those.
Okay, and do you understand that if you're not a US citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Deportation?
If you're not a US citizen, the pleas will subject you to deportation. Do you understand?
Oh, okay, I understand that.
Okay.
Yes, I am a citizen.
All right, are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay. I do find a factual basis in 2019 MO 1666AO to accept your plea, as well as in 2019 MM 4805. And I am gonna adjudicate you guilty on both cases, sentence you to 35 days in the Orange County Jail in the trespass case, the 4805. And 4 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for those times served in the open container violation, and those will run concurrent. And I have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order that you pay those by October 2nd, 2020, okay? If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck to you.
All right.
Alright. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge Evelyn Allers on behalf of Derek for Rivera Cruz.
Okay, I have, let me see. What's the name? Cruz?
Rivera Cruz.
The trafficking.
All right. All right, Mr. Rivera Cruz, you're here in 2019 CF 12318AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for trafficking in heroin over 14 under 28 grams, trafficking in heroin over 28 grams, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. And did you file a notice of appearance?
I haven't yet. He turned himself in
Okay,
yesterday, but
are
I
you
will.
planning on it though?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right. And, he does have bonds set in the warrant. I was not able to get the documentation. I don't know if you've reviewed it?
I did. It's stages related to me.
Okay, okay. So he does have bonds. I don't know if,
State had no objection to modifying to count 1 to 150 subsidiary, and then 250,000 on count 2, and you count 3. That was the agreement we made prior to.
okay, so 150, 500,000, and 150?
250,000.
Okay, 250. All right, so Mr. Rivera Cruz, you're not,
To surrender passport within 40 hours of his release. No drugs, no firearms.
all right, so you're not gonna have any contact with any witnesses, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you must surrender your passport within 48 hours to the clerk's office. Do you have a passport? Does he have a passport?
He doesn't have a passport.
Okay, so in lieu of not having a passport, he'll have to file an affidavit with the clerk, under oath, notarized, indicating that he does not own a passport that is subject to perjury based on the fact that it is under oath and it's a sworn statement to the court, indicating that he does not have a passport.
Okay.
And I will set the bond pursuant to the stipulation at $150 on count 1, 250,000 on count 2, and 150 on count 3.
There is a proof of funds hold, like a nebia, listed on the warrant, are you keeping that?
Well, I don't think we can have a Nebbia hold. They can require that he show that the funds are from a legitimate source.
You're keeping that condition.
I can't keep a hold. I know, but I don't believe I'm permitted to do that.
That means the same as a nebula hold, is what it is. It's the same thing. Yeah, you
I can't have an, yeah, so I can't, I have to delete the Nebbia hold, yeah.
It will be removed. Okay. That's all we have, Judge. Maybe
Yes,
excused?
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sir, please tell me your name. Can you tell me your
Keith
name, sir?
Huggins.
All right, Mr.
Sorry about that,
Huggins.
yeah.
You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant, I believe. I don't have any documentation in front of me. Can anyone tell me what this is? I just have an out-of-county warrant failure to appear.
Yes, it's no bond, it's for Seminole County.
Okay, so it's a Seminole County warrant, and it's set at no bond. Seminole County has 24 hours pursuant to our administrative order to come and pick you up. If they don't do that in the time frame, you'll come back before me. I won't take any action on the out-of-count, or on the Orange County out-on-bond case.
Can you translate that for me? Will I be seeing that doesn't?
please tell me your name, sir.
My name is Judge, I'm sorry, Judge, well, my name is Irving Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you're here in 2019 CF 13823AO. You're arrested for petty theft with 2 prior convictions.
Okay,
I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you're not to return back to 2500 South Kirkman Road, that Walmart, or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And the bond will stay set at 1,000. I won't take any action on your notice to appear case. So you do have a court date coming up on October 17th. Do you know about that?
yes,
Okay, it's on the notice to appear.
okay,
You need to make sure you do not miss court. If you
No.
miss court, chances are you'll have a KPS and you'll have no bond.
yeah, I'm going to be there, Judge.
Okay. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Untimely Frasier.
All right, Mr. Frazier, you're here in 2019 MM 8043AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I don't have a form for the public defender. Did you want to see if the state had an offer for you to resolve your case today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adjudication, credit for time served of 2 days, and no return.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. You want to plead no contest, Mr. Frazier?
Yes.
All right, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit, accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't go back to the 121 South Orange Avenue, that Premier Plaza, okay?
Yes,
You've been
ma'am.
trespassed. And I do have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by October 2nd, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Demetri Stafford.
All right, Mr. Stafford, you're here. You were picked up on, well, it looks like it's an Attic County violation of probation on view from Osceola, based on an admission to probation that you have not been taking your medication.
He never gave me a test. I did a mental health evaluation and I don't take any medicine. So I'm being framed right now and I need a special investigator because I don't even get tested. And then I wasn't out of county because I showed up at the office and got arrested at the office. So there's no way I got out of county.
Mr. Stafford, I can only go by what they're advising me in the affidavit, which is a sworn statement under oath, okay? So if you have a defense to that, then you can provide that to the court in Osceola. So I do find probable cause for the on-view violation of probation. At this time, the bond will be set at none. Does he have any Orange County cases? Okay, so Osceola will have 24 hours. So Osceola will have 24 hours to come and pick you up. And if they don't do so, then you'll come back before a judge here.
Can I get a special investigator for Orange County? Because I went to Osceola County and I called before I ever before this happened. And
My
then
guess
that
is when
special
you get to,
investigator.
my guess is when you get to Osceola County, the judge will appoint an attorney to represent you and they can do their own investigation for you, okay?
I already talked to another investigator from another county, man. You're not letting me talk, man. That's my freedom.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Warbert Antonio Atkins.
All right, Mr. Atkins. You're here in 2019 CF 13838. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant, which probable cause was found for grand theft third degree, dealing in stolen property, and dealing in stolen property via the internet. And I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And you may not use any internet for the use of any purchasing of goods or buying goods, selling goods. Okay, so you need to stay off those
Yes, ma'am.
sites. And your bond will stay set at 1,500, 500, and 500. I won't take any action on your out on release case. You need to make sure you keep in touch with your attorney on that case, okay?
All right, Dr. Barnett. Thank you very much.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Darrell Paul Banner.
All right, Mr. Banner, you're here in 2019 CF 13810AO. In that case, you're charged with burglary of a conveyance. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to return back to 5518 Memorial Drive or have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bond will stay at $3,500. In 2019 CF 13809AO, you were charged with burglary of an occupied dwelling, grand theft third degree, and possession of stolen counterfeit credit card. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No contact with any listed victim or witness. No illegal substances without a valid prescription. No return to 4033 Lakeside Reserve Court at the Lakeside Reserve Subdivision. The bond will stay at $5,150 and $150. 2019 CF 13808AO, you're charged with burglary of a conveyance. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the PD to represent you. No contact with any victim or witnesses. No illegal substances without a valid prescription. No return to 10309 Manila Bay Drive in Orlando, Florida. The bond will stay at $3,500. 2019 CF 13807AO, you're charged with burglary of a conveyance, possession of a stolen credit card, and petty theft of $100 or more. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No contact with any victims or witnesses. No illegal substances without a valid prescription. And no return to 10104 Matchlock Drive in Orlando, Florida. And the bond will stay set at $3,500, $150, and $100. 2019 CF 13806AO, you're charged with attempted burglary of a conveyance, 2 counts. I do find probable cause. And I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to return back to 7936 Toro Court or have any contact with any listed victims or witnesses. No illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bonds will stay set at $1,000 and $150. And finally, 2019 CF 13805AO, you're charged again with 2 counts of attempted burglary of a conveyance. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No contact with any listed victims or witnesses. No illegal substances without a valid prescription. And you may not return back to 3966 Lakeside Reserve Lane. And the bond will stay set at $1,000 and $150.
How is it probable cause for any of these things? I don't even know where these addresses are at. I just got multiple charges keep on popping up on me. These investigators I overheard in the Orange County Sheriff
Sir,
Department
I would advise
about
you
how
that
they
it's
were
probably
going
not
to
good to
plant
talk
these
about
charges
some-
on me.
okay. We're done.
I cannot keep my job and take care of my family with all these bonds. It's like, I tried to call these people. I don't have a PIN number and I can't get through. I need some type of PIN number, they stated when I called this number.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Rakim Lamar Blunt.
All Mr. Blunt, you're here in 2019 CF 11263. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for failing to update an address with the Department of Highway and Safety and Motor Vehicles as a sexual offender. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. The bond will stay set at the $10,000. In 2019 CF 11905, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant for failing to report within 30 days as a transient sexual offender. Probable cause was previously found. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your bond is $2,500. In 2019 CF 13824AO, you're arrested for introducing contraband into a county facility and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. No illegal substances without a valid prescription. I'll set the bond on count 1 at 1,000. I'll reduce that, and 100 on count 2. And you do, I believe you do have reporting requirements because of the charges. The face sheet says no, but you do have reporting requirements, so I have to advise you of that. I'm not writing my name on everything. I'm tired of that. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Cody Brady Crafton.
All right, Mr. Brady Crafton, you're here in 2019 CF 13803AO. You're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And I'll stay the bond at the 2,000. Sir, please tell me your name.
Jeffrey Ryan Cairns.
All right, Mr. Cairns, you're here in 2019 CF 7157AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a case management conference on September 23rd, 2019. The judge revoked your release and set your bond at none on each count. Do you have the PD? Okay, you do have the public defender, and they can file any motions for you on your behalf. I won't take any action on the out on release case. You need to make sure you keep in touch with your attorney on that case as well. Mr. Cologne bonded? I have a 1-9, okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Kamal Edwards.
All right, Mr. Edwards, you're here in 2019 CF 13484. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for sexual battery of a person between 12 years of age and 18 years of age. And you make $1,300 every 2 weeks? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, and you have no children under the age of 18?
No.
You claim as dependent? Okay. I can't appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I can temporarily appoint them for purposes of the initial appearance, but it'll be a temporary appointment. You'll have to contact an attorney on your own, okay?
Okay.
And I believe,
Mr. Edwards, I have it as an F2.
Well, it's 794,011 in the warrant. I don't know where they get 794,0115A on the affidavit on the 794,011.
Well, it's 794 itself, it has literally all of them. So there's not a subsection. It has from the PDL to the F3.
Right, and so the allegation is that she was 5 years old?
And I was having the same parade.
Okay.
So she's in Orlando, I think she's 16 years old. So that's probably where they get 5, because 5A, 18 years of age or older commit sexual battery on a person 12 years of age older but younger than 18. That one's out.
Okay, so it says, it should be 4A, I believe. A person 18 years of age or older commits sexual battery on a person 12 years of age or older but younger than 18 years of age without that person's consent commits a felony of the first degree. Unless anybody can show me that it's not.
No, you're correct, Your Honor. It should be 4A instead of 5.
So it's a first degree felony. Punishable by life. So it should be 4A. Based on the allegations in the warrant. Does the state want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, looking at the four corners of the affidavit, looks like this original incident was not charged, because it happened in Orange County, but started when she was a child, maybe 6 years old. When we first started, the defendant started touching the victim. They don't move to Orlando, which is why Orange County now has a case when she's 16 years old, off of Kirkman Road. Says that he would insert his finger, sorry, the victim says he would insert his fingers inside of her vagina, restrain her on the couch. There was a play fight. There was actual sexual intercourse, it's like between 15 and 16 years old. The victim is now, I'm sorry. I think the last thing that happened when she was 16 years old, I believe, Your Honor. Based on that information, we believe he should be held at no bond, no contact with the victim, no contact with any minor children unless it's supervised. I don't know if the defendant has any children. No contact with any witnesses. Maintain separate residences from the victim. No weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
Ms. Haley?
Your Honor, Mr. Edwards has no criminal history. He's employed full-time here in Orlando. He is not a threat to the community. In that case, I would just ask the court to use its discretion today and set him a reasonable bond.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what they're claiming to be an admission. I'm not really sure how to make with the statements that were made over a telephone call. It looks as though they're taking statements and ... and then taking a statement and ... and I can't figure out even if that's an admission. I don't know, just based on what I'm reading. Other than the fact that she seems to disclose to the sister has indicated that this defendant has also sexually abused her and was molested for years by him. So there is some corroboration as to Williams rule evidence from the sister, but I'm not sure I can make out proof evident presumption great based on the warrant. So I'm not gonna find proof evident presumption great. And so he's entitled to a bond. And so I am gonna set the bond, well, first, the conditions of release are you're not to possess any weapons or firearms, any ammunition, no contact with the victim or any witnesses in the case, or the victim's family. No illegal substances without a valid prescription, and you may not have any unsupervised contact with any minor child under the age of 18. All right, do you understand all those conditions?
Yes.
Okay. And I am gonna set the bond in the amount of $75,000. You need to make sure that you hire an attorney. You speak with somebody as soon as you can, okay? They can file any motions for you. Oh. Sorry, Arlene. I was like, I missed all that. All right, please tell me your name.
Ashley Gonzalez.
All right, I guess Estrada bonded. I don't have a face sheet.
1902-8847. Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Gonzalez, is that your name? Okay. All right, you're here in case number 2019 CF 12972AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for failing to report and re-register as a sexual offender. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I do have to advise you that you do have reporting requirements. I'll stay the bond at the $10,000 there is in, the judge and who signed the warrant did provide a condition of release that you provide your current address. So you'll need to comply with that along with the reporting requirements. And I'll take no action on the out on release case.
Richard Hall refused, Your Honor?
Refused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, well, I'll address him. It's like 2019 CF 13819AO. He's refused to come to court. I find that to be a waiver. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Ms. Haling, do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so Mr. Hall is charged with robbery with threat of a weapon, aggravated assault with a motor vehicle. Is count 1 and F1? I've yet to see the robbery with a threat. I tried to figure that out. I think it is.
Except for
F1,
F1.
no PBO?
M2, yeah, 812132B. Have as a first degree felony, not a PBO.
Okay, so it's an F1, punishable by the 30 years, and an aggravated assault with a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I did appoint the public defender. He's not to return back. to Pat's Car Wash at 4908 West Colonial Drive, or have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. No weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. The bond will be set at 10,000 and 150 on count 2. All right, sir, please tell me your name. Can you tell me your name, please?
Tony O'Neill Henderson.
All right, Mr. Henderson, you're here in 2019 CF 7488. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for pretrial on August 8th, 2019. The judge did set your bond at none. Does he have the PD? No. Does he have any attorney? Okay. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because you don't have an attorney. I'll appoint them to represent you, and they can file any motions in that Division 11 with the judge in that case, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
My name is Douglas Heppel.
All right, Mr. Heppel, you're here in 2019 CF 13815AO. You're charged with burglary, conveyance, grand theft third degree, and grand theft and criminal mischief less than 200. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do find probable cause. You can't go back to 5721 Lakefield Court, have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. The bond will stay set at 3,500, 150, 150, and 100.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is there any way I could have the bond lowered?
You can file a bond motion. Your attorneys can file a bond motion. That's the standard bond in the case, and
Okay.
based on your history, I don't think that that's inappropriate. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Jeremy Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here in 2019 CF 13826AO, and you're arrested for driving while license suspended with 2 prior convictions. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not drive without a valid driver's license. You're out on bond for driving with license suspended with 2 prior convictions. You have quite a history of driving. So I'm not gonna take any action today. That does not mean that you can drive without a license, okay? If you come back, and I can tell you right now, if you come back before me or another judge and they see that you have 2 cases out on bond for the same offense, it's probably gonna get revoked. So that's just a warning to let you know that you can't drive without a valid driver's license, okay?
Understand.
I think the clerk's office is doing a program in the next couple weeks, helping people get their license back with fines and things like that. Is the public defender's office aware of that? I think that the
This is
clerk's
my
office
first
has
time.
been advertising that. I think it's a good program that maybe if you can get into it and
It's at
try
the
and
courthouse, right?
look up on the website, and I'm sure that, I know it's been advertised, I keep seeing it everywhere, on how to help people get their licenses back. I think
Right.
it's, because it is a felony when you start driving without a valid license and you have multiple priors, okay?
Understand.
So, need to make sure that you don't miss any court dates, you don't drive without a valid license. I can tell you right now, if you come back, it's probably gonna get revoked, okay?
Understand. Thank you.
Your
And I'll
Honor-
stay the bond,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Andrea Johnson.
All All right, Mr. Johnson, you're here in 2019 CF 9812AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias. Looks like the state did file a second-degree murder charges in an information, and probable cause was found by the judge. I don't have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Yeah, I already got my own attorney,
Okay, who is that?
Robert Mandel.
Okay, do you know, when did you speak with Mr. Mendel?
I speak to him all the time.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna see if you filed a notice of appearance in the case. Okay, so he has not filed a notice of appearance in the case, okay? So you might wanna get in touch with him and let him know that. Do you want me to appoint the
I'll call
public
him
defender
today.
and then you can hire him?
I already been talking to him. They just brought me back from prison. I'm in prison right now.
Okay, do you want me to appoint the public defender today? And then you have an opportunity to speak with
You
Mr.
can
Mandel?
point him, but I ain't gonna use him. You can, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's not my question. My question is, do you want me to?
You can, but I know I ain't gonna use him.
Well, that's fine. I don't want, this is a punishable by life felony, okay?
I know.
So I can make a finding today and hold you no bond. Do you want representation for that hearing?
Yes, ma'am, you can
Okay,
do it.
I'll appoint the public defender temporarily. And Ms. Bush, you snuck in on me here.
Yes, Your Honor. The state is going to ask the court to hold Mr. Johnson at no bond, as this is an F1 PBL. And the state would ask the court to find that proof is evident or presumption is great based on the case narrative that is contained with this matter. I don't know if the court has that.
I read it.
enough.
I did.
And in that, there are identifiable witnesses and that provided information and facts that led to the identification of Mr. Johnson, along with video surveillance as well. And there was DNA evidence also contained within this matter. The state would ask the court to find that proof is evident or presumption is great that Mr. Mondrell Johnson is the individual so identified as the person that committed this murder. State would ask that the court hold him at no bond on this matter.
All right. Ms. Fowler?
Your Honor, I defer this matter to the court.
Okay, based on my review of the probable cause documentation provided to the judge who signed the capias, I do find proof evident presumption great. I am gonna hold Mr. Johnson at no bond. He's not to return back. To 938 West Colonial Drive, that's 7-Eleven. He's not to possess or consume any illegal substances or any alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. No contact with any of the victim's family members or any witnesses in the case. And you can always hire Mr. Mandel, but the PD is here and appointed for purposes.
I ain't gonna be in contact with them.
All right. All right, please tell me your name.
It's William James Vezelaski, but I got it down as Jones right now.
Okay. Well, it looks like you have a bunch of cases out on bond. You're under Jones as well, so I don't know your real last name, but you're here in 2019 CF 13789AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant, which probable cause was found for petty theft with 2 prior convictions. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you may not return back to Academy Sports at 11955 East Colonial Drive or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. The bond will stay set at $1,000. In 2019 CF 13839, you're arrested for attempted burglary of a conveyance with a weapon. I do find probable cause for that as well as the criminal mischief. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, may not return back to the Pediatric Care Group at 7848 Lake Underhill Road or have any contact with any listed victim or witness, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. I don't believe, is Ms. Bush, that's not a PBO. Okay, it's an F2?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and so the bond on count 1 will be 10,000. The bond on count 2 will remain at 100. You're out on bond for 3 cases. Or out on release, I should say. 2019 MM 7034, 2019 MM 7033, and 2019 MM 7032. And I'm gonna revoke the bonds in those cases and set them at none. Does he have an attorney on any of, okay, it says NA on all these, so you do, is it public defender? Okay, you do have the public defender, they can file any motions for you.
Cool.
All right, please tell me your name.
Michelle Mullendorf.
All right, ma'am, you're here in 2019 CF 13820AO. You're charged with possession of cocaine. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender. You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bond will stay set at 1,000. 2019 CF 13816AO. You're arrested for introducing contraband into a county facility. If you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender, and the bond will stay set at 1,000. 2019 MM 8042AO. You're charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the PD to represent you, and the bond will stay set at 500. In 2019 MM 6712AO, you're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for an arraignment on September 5th, 2019, and the judge did set your bond at $500 in that case. Do you have the PD in that case? All right. Do you have an attorney? I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case as well, okay, ma'am? All right, please tell me your name, sir.
That's David Newton.
All right, Mr. Newton, you're here in 2017 CF 7163AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for pretrial conference on July 24, 2019. The judge did revoke your release, but set your bond at $2,500. Does he have the public defender? You do have the public defender, and they can file any other motions if you can't make that bond, okay?
Right. I turned myself in yesterday.
Okay.
It's not arrested.
Well, you had to be arrested on the
Oh, yeah,
capias.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Antonio Odoms.
All right, Mr. Odoms, you're here in 2019 CF 13827AO. You're arrested for carrying a concealed firearm, possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of cannabis more than 20 grams. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The bonds will stay set at 150, 5,100, 150, 150. And you're also here in 2019 CT 7228. You're arrested for no valid driver's license. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender's office. You may not drive without a valid driver's license. The bond will stay set at 500.
And Your Honor, what was the bond for the carrying concealed firearm? Was that also 150?
I just stayed all the bonds. So you, they're all listed. That's 150, 5,000, 100, 150, 150. Alright. Alright, please tell me your name.
Christina Register.
All right, Ms. Register, you're here in 2018 CF 13430AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias. The state's filed an information charging you with grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. Probable cause was found. And I'll appoint, well, I don't have a form for the public defender. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
I believe my aunt and uncle are going to hire one for me, yes.
Sorry?
I think my aunt and uncle are going to hire one for me.
Okay. All right, so I will not appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to return back to the location of the offense and no contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. The bond will stay set at 1,000.
Your Honor, may I speak with her as a friend of the court for a moment?
All right?
Your Honor, because I have no criminal record.
I can't change the capias. I'm not permitted to change it by law. All right, thank you. Please tell me your name, sir.
Derek Sperlin,
All
ma'am.
right, Mr. Spurlin. You're here in 2019 CF 13813AO. You're charged with burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, grand theft of a motor vehicle, grand theft, and criminal mischief. And that's $1,000 or more. And I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't go back to approved electric at 5635 Commerce Drive or have any contact with any listed victim or witness. The bonds will stay at 3,500, 150, 150, and 150.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, have a good day. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Anthony Wilson.
All right, do we know what happened to Troy Towns?
He's downtown court, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset him. And you said Wilson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, Mr. Wilson. You're here in 2019 CF 13822AO. You're charged with aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer with a motor vehicle, burglary of an occupied structure, burglary of a conveyance, grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, trespass on a designated construction site, resisting with violence, petty theft, loitering or prowling, and driving while license suspended. And so I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You may not have any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. No, may not drive without a valid driver's license. No contact with any listed victims or witnesses. And you may not return back to 51 Columbia Street. And the bonds will stay set at 10,000, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 100, 100, 100. You're out on release or out on bond in 2019 CF 10870AO and 2019 CF 11495AO. I'm revoking those releases and setting them at none. You do have attorneys in those cases. They can file any motions for you.
So you revoked the bond?
I did. All right, please tell me your name, sir. Come on up. Tell me your name, please.
Just more.
Okay, do we know happen to Benjamin?
Corey Benjamin's mental health counselor.
Okay, we'll reset. All right, Mr. Moore. You're here in 2019 MM 8048880. You're arrested for petty theft of $100 or more. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't know if the state will have an offer today. Okay, so you're not to return back to Home Depot at 7022 West Colonial Drive, or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case or any co-defendants as listed in the affidavit, and your bond will stay set at $250. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Wilfredo Rosario.
All right, Mr. Rosario, you're here in 2019 MM 804980. You're charged with battery. I do find probable cause. And you make $500 a week after taxes, or is that your paycheck?
Yes, after tax.
So that's what you make, that's your
If I,
paycheck?
if I work the 6 days.
Okay. So, I think you have the public defender on the, out on bond case. I'm gonna appoint them anyway to represent you. You don't qualify, but right on the cusp there. So, you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. You can't go back to 101 North Roslyn Avenue, that Lake Eola Park. No weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. The bond will stay at 500. I'm not gonna revoke the bond in the out on release case. You need to make sure that you keep in touch with your attorneys. You don't miss any court dates, okay?
Thank you.
All right. All right, please tell me your, oh, sorry. Please tell me your name, sir.
David Bain.
All right, Mr. Bain, you're here in 2019 CF 137680AO, and you're charged with grand theft third degree. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't return back to the Cabana Bay Resort at 6550 Adventure Way. You can't have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And the bond will stay set at 2,500. Is that the only case? Okay, all right. Saw some others listed there, and so I think I said I appointed the public defender. Okay. All right, please, oh, Mr. Garcia Figueroa.
He's mental health counselor.
Okay, we'll reset. All right, I need to take a 2-minute break, so I'll be right back. back on the record. Mr. Housel?
He's medical, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset. All right, so we have some private 33-day motions. 2019 CF 12189AO Alberto Rojas.
Yes, Your Honor, the state will bill the matter on 9/27/2019.
Sorry?
We know billed it
Oh,
on
okay.
9/27. That should be granted.
All right, that will be granted. And 2019 CF 12214AO Tommy Lee Cameron.
And information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96577270.
All right, that will be denied. All right. 2019 CF 12212AO Alan Arthur Turner.
A notice of non-filing was filed on October 1st.
All right, that will be granted. CF 12270AO Anthony Tristan Maurice Galloway.
No bill was filed on October 1st.
All right, that will be granted. 2019 CF 12215AO Christopher Alonzo Fullenwalder.
And information was filed on October 1st. The filing ID is 96568687.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 12389AO Alexander Nafter Rivera.
A notice of non-filing was filed on October 1st.
Okay, this is also an untimely motion, but that will be granted. 2019 CF 11224AO Joseph Carter Wren.
A notice of non-filing on October 1st.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 12178AO Amber Renee Jones.
And information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96570852.
All right, that will be denied. CF 12328AO Milton Ari Nadal Gonzalez.
And information was filed on October 2nd. Filing ID is 96589574.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 7071AO James Alfred Christ.
And information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96574026.
That will be denied. 2000, and this looks like, oh, this is just a different format. 2019 CF 10370AO Carlos Navarro.
And information
2019 MM 7145AO David Mercado Hernandez.
A notice of non-filing on October 1st.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 12454AO James Bostic.
A notice of non-filing on October 1st.
Again, that was untimely. Today is the 31st day. That will be granted. 2019 CF 10153AO Travis Duntel Marshall.
A notice of non-filing on September 18th.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 12440AO Percy Green.
A notice of non-filing on October 1st.
All right, just so everyone's aware, it's untimely. Be granted. 2019 CF 12400AO Michael Hoff.
Information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96574090.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 10876AO David McKenzie.
Information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96572914.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 11811AO Raymond Ronald Rance.
Information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96569272.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 12370AO Joshua David Fast.
A notice of non-filing was filed on October 1st.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 12384AO Michael Vargas.
Notice of non-filing on October 1st.
That will be granted. 2019 CF 12428AO Andrew Keith Bowman.
A notice of non-filing on October 1st.
All right, that was also untimely. That'll be granted. 2019 CF 12058AO Andrew Chico.
A notice of non-filing on October 1st.
Be granted. 2019 CF 10423AO Tiffany Ann Enos. Her bond was revoked on August 26, 2019.
And information was filed on October 1st. Filing ID is 96540435.
Be denied. 2019 CF 12103AO Tiffany Ann Enos.
And Your Honor, was bond revoked in that
I
matter
don't,
as well?
That might have been the new case, you know. Let's see. 12103. Was that the new arrest? That's what I figured. Okay. So I see a notice of non-filing.
Yes, Your Honor, notice of non-filing on October 1st.
All right, that will be granted. All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Be in recess.
Afternoon, I'm Judge Amy Carter. This is Courtroom 1, Session 2. Could I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please?
Lakeisha Halen, Office of the Public Defender.
Letitia Fowler with the Office of Public Defender.
Orly Bury for the State Attorney's Office.
Thank you. Sir, good afternoon. Your name?
Deontay Caesar?
Thank you very much. What about Mr. Baugh? He bonded? Okay. Oh, sorry. Mr. Caesar, this is 19 CF 13831. You were arrested for possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Your
There's-
Honor, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a challenge to the probable cause on the first count of possession greater than 20 grams.
Okay.
Based on the four corners of the affidavit, there's no indication that any cannabis was weighed. There's no amount of how much they recouped, allegedly.
You're right. So there's probable cause for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Bond on count 1 will be $500. Bond on count 2 is $150. Bond on count 3 is $100. I'm gonna revoke the bond in 19 CF 6117. I'm gonna reset it at $2,500. Oh, and then in 19 CT 7229, the driving without a valid driver's license, there is probable cause for that. Bond will be $100.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
George Mina Gergis, ma'am?
Mr. Gergis, you are here in 19 CF 13834. You were arrested for possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause for both of the offenses. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is $100. I am going to revoke your bond in 19 CF 7828. And bond on count 1 is going to be $1,500. Bond, pardon me? Oh, they only filed on one count? Yeah, right. Okay. So bond will be set at $2,500. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
How about Mr. Cosby? Thank you. Sir, tell me your name, please.
Robert Hermanson, sorry.
It's all right. How about Mr. Perry? Did he bond as well? Rakeem Perry?
You have a MA number here?
I do. 190-288-67.
You bonded.
Okay. And you're Mr. Hermanson, is that
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So you're here in 19 MM 8057. You were arrested for petty theft, resisting officer without violence, and loitering or prowling.
Huh?
find probable cause for counts 1 and counts 2. I don't know that there's probable cause for the loitering or prowling. Bond on count 1 is $500, bond on count 2 is $100. Sir, you're not to return to the Wawa at 1200
Yes, ma'am.
West Colonial Drive. Is there a bond on the out on bond case? It's not reflected on the sheet. Okay. All right, I'm revoking the ROR status in 19 CF 12883. That bond will be set at none. Thank you, sir. Excuse me? Yes, thank you. Sir, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Willie Singleton.
Mr. Singleton, you're here in 19 MM 8054. You were arrested for petty theft. There is probable cause, and I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You are not to return to the Lynx bus station, and you're not to have any contact with Julio Nunez. Ms. Feller, was there an offer for Mr. Singleton on this case?
Your Honor, I didn't receive an offer.
It's a victim case, so there's no offer.
Okay. All right, bond is set at $250. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, your name?
Nicholas Wachek.
Mr. Wachek, you are here in 19 MM 8052. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning and resisting officer without violence. There is probable cause for those offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both your cases. You also have 19 MM 8053. I only find probable cause as to count 2. It's the same incident and there's multiple officers, so he'll be ROR'd as to count 1. Bond will remain at $100 on count 2. And I'm staying the bonds on 19 MM 8052 at 500 and 100. Sir, you're not to return to the Disney Springs properties. And as I said, I am appointing the public defender to represent you in both your cases. All right, thank you, sir.
If I may I say something?
Sure, I don't want you to talk about the facts of your case, but if you have a general question, I'm happy to answer that for you.
May I humbly ask to resolve this issue today?
Mr. Bree, was there an offer for Mr. Wachek?
I'm extremely ashamed of my actions as well.
What's his time in 2 days?
Yes. Yeah, was it 2 days? Yes, he was arrested yesterday.
Great attention.
All right, so the state's offered to resolve your case very generously this afternoon for an adjudication of guilt with credit for time served. Did you want to accept the offer, sir?
Please?
Okay, I need you to sign the plea form.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Did you read the plea form before you signed it?
I have
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
none whatsoever.
Are you on probation?
No,
Do you understand if you are not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
I do.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning, or I'm sorry, this afternoon?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to accept your plea on both cases, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days time served. Those are to run concurrent to one another. You are going to have to pay court costs. Those are due by October 2nd of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir. You're also not to return to the Disney Springs property.
Fair enough.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Mr. Hornsby? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge. Well, not trying to interrupt anybody, so.
Oh, I don't have anything else on our docket.
This is Miss Stanton, she was a recess.
Oh, okay. We don't, do you have a case number?
There's 2 cases left.
Okay,
19 CF 13769
all right.
and 19 MM 43780.
4378? Yeah, I got it.
Was it reset from this morning?
It was reset from yesterday.
Who was it? Okay.
The MM case is domestic.
Yeah, I got it.
I just wanted, this is just like an email from an attorney in Connecticut.
Right.
I'm sure you're good with that, right?
What's for purpose too?
She said, she has to send one.
Because the MM case is a TV case.
Right.
And then I'm gonna ask for somewhere anywhere from 25.
I may have saw the paperwork this morning. I don't know if the victim was present yesterday and provided testimony, but the defendant was not. You weren't there.
I don't know if maybe that's the victim out there. I'm not too sure.
But it says victim pleads to attend hearing.
Can you give me the affidavit of the felony? Audit it on that. All right, Ms. Stanton, you have 2 cases. I'm gonna take care of the felony matter in just a moment.
Okay.
And then you have the domestic case, and I'm gonna call over to courtroom 2, and I'm sure Denise will know if we ask her what the status is. I don't know if you're gonna have to go over there to have it heard, or if it'll stay here, so you just have to give me a moment, okay?
Okay.
They do, for the domestic? For both? Okay. Where's Dexter? Okay, so they do have all her paperwork, so she just needs, Miss Stanton just needs to be taken over. Okay. Miss Stanton, you're, actually, both of your, Miss Stanton.
Yes, ma'am.
Both of your cases are gonna be heard in courtroom 2 with Judge Clark.
Okay.
Okay, they're gonna come bring you over there in just a second, so just hang
Okay.
tight, okay?
All right.
Yes.
Yes, please. All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Hornsby.
Good afternoon, Judge. Thank you for fitting me in. I appreciate it. I was flying out tomorrow, so it really helps me out.
No problem.
Judge, I filed a motion to request an extradition bond on behalf of Mr. Parker. Judge, I have a packet of information I can provide you to help you, and I gave him counsel one if they may approach.
Sure. Thank you.
Judge, so I handed you a packet of information. The first document is an email from Mr. Parker's attorney in Connecticut to inform you that he does in fact have representation up in Connecticut on the cases in which the outstanding warrant is for. In the email, I asked his attorney to kind of provide the information that he would provide if he was here today about Mr. Parker is entitled to a bond there in Connecticut. I provided you 4 docket sheets from the Connecticut Clerk of the Court that shows that he has 4 cases with total bonds of about $65,000. There's $25,000 in each case, and then the first 2 cases, and then 10 and 5. In speaking with his attorney, Judge, I've laid this out in my motion. Mr. Parker recently had a seizure that apparently was from pre-existing head trauma that he had when he was a child, and that caused him to be hospitalized several times and to go into a treatment facility. And I spoke to his attorney personally. Basically, what his attorney said is, you know, I keep continuing this. The judge is getting a little frustrated. At some point, he's going to make you return. And he said, finally, you know, the judge wanted him to return there. And then when he didn't show up, the judge issued the warrants for him. And that's where we're at right now. Okay. I have his mother present and his fiance, Mr. Noble. Mr. Noble will be the one posting the bond if you'd be willing to entertain a bond here so that he can get out, transport himself to Connecticut, and surrender himself. And finally, Judge, to let the court know, he's in the process of transitioning, and being in jail causes him 2 problems. One, because of the nature of it, they keep him basically isolated while in the jail system. And secondary, he doesn't get the drugs that he's taking, I guess, to help him in this transition process, which is one of the other reasons we're trying to get him a bond so he can get out and transport himself.
Okay. Is Mr. Parker's fiance is present here today in court?
Yeah, Mr. Noble, if you'd come forward.
Do I have to buzz him in that door? Is that, they'll unlock it for him? Okay. Sometimes it's underneath. All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Noble.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Please swear him in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Edward Noble,
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Mr.
Mr. Noble, how long have you been engaged to Mr. Parker?
approximately 7 years.
And how long have you known him?
Approximately 8 years.
Okay. And do the 2 of you reside here in Florida?
We do.
What's the address?
11515 Delwick Drive, Windermere, Florida, 34786.
And did you, and how long have you lived here about?
Approximately 1 year.
And did the 2 of you own, or I guess do you manage a company together?
We do, yes.
What's the name of the company?
Modern Windows and Doors, USA Inc.
Okay, and are you, and his partners in that company also Mr. Parker's father?
Correct, Mr. Pipes.
Okay, we've discussed that you not only would, if the judge were to grant a bond, you'd have to post a bond here and also then transport him to Connecticut within a certain period of time and then post bonds there. Are you willing to undertake the responsibility of, once he's bonded out, to make sure that he gets transported to Connecticut within a certain period of time, say 15 days?
Of course.
Would you be the one posting the bond here and/or in Connecticut?
I would not be in Connecticut as I'm no longer a Connecticut resident. Bonding in Connecticut requires a Connecticut resident, but I would be the one doing it here as I'm a Florida resident.
Okay. We've discussed previously the amount you might be able to afford. If the bond was set in an amount of $5,000 or $10,000, knowing that you'd have to pay 10% of that to a bondsman and then collateralize the rest, would you be able to afford that?
I will speak to the entire family and we will find a way to make that happen. I do not currently have the funds to make the full, I can make the payment for the 10%, but not for the full collateral. I will require the assistance of his family in order to do that, but I've been speaking to them all day.
Okay.
We will find some way to do that.
And his mother is present today?
She is.
And have you, and that's her in the gallery?
It is.
Have you discussed with her trying to get her to assist you, and is she willing to work with you and the family?
Yes, we've had many conversations. Apparently there have been some miscommunications, but yes, we've been speaking for days.
Okay, and I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Berry?
If I may.
Yep.
Just a few questions.
Of course.
The company you guys own, he's a full-time worker there?
He is, to an extent. He's currently having, he used to be the full-time manager until such time in June that he had his seizure. And at that point, he had to take a back seat, and his father and I have been attempting to assist.
Okay, and how long have you been in business, the Modern Windows and Doors?
Approximately 1 year.
1
Little
year?
over a year.
Okay. Now, you were a bit, well, in terms of the bond here, you're not sure how the monies will come up to be set or to be paid for the bond?
I confess my ignorance on Florida law with respect to that until today. I did practice law in Connecticut for 11 years, but I'm unfamiliar with Florida law and I did never practice criminal law. As a result, I was unaware of that situation and my understanding was different than in fact the reality. So as to the full amount of the collateral, I'm not entirely sure how we would come up with that, but speaking between the entire family, we will find some way to make that occur.
Okay, all right. No further questions.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rue, did you have a position on the motion?
Well, based on, he cited the rules and 941.16 gives this court the authority, and I'm just asking that the court sets a bond here for him in this jurisdiction anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000.
Okay. Ms. Hornby, I'm gonna grant your motion. I would ask that you provide me an additional order. I would have made the corrections, but it was only in
I have one with
PDF.
the corrections, Judge.
Okay. I need to add a couple of things I want to add to the order. That it's clear that the bond that the court's setting today is separate and it's not applicable to any amount that's presently set or that would be set in Connecticut. So this is a completely separate bond.
Okay.
Mr. Parker, do you have a passport?
I do not.
Okay, so that will not need to be included because that creates other issues. And then I'd also ask that you serve a copy of the satisfaction of the appearance in Connecticut to the Orange County Sheriff's Office Extradition, the proof of surrender, because they have to have a copy of that to satisfy their requirements with respect to the open case.
Got it, Judge. And did you want on the proposed order, did you want a return date or not?
Yes, if he provides the proof of surrender, then that
It's
date
canceled.
would be canceled.
Got it, okay. I'll
Okay.
get that to you as soon as I get back to my office, Judge.
All right, so yeah, the 15 days is fine. And then, so what would be the 15th day from today? And that would be here at the BRC. Ian, can you tell me what the 15th day would be, please?
Judge, could we just make it the 18th, which would be a Friday?
Sure.
That
That's
way?
fine.
Okay.
All right, so October 18th, that'll be at 9 a.m. But if Mr. Parker has provided proof of surrender and filed with the clerk's office and also served on the sheriff's office
Got it.
extradition unit, he does not need to appear. And I'll set bond in the amount of $2,500.
Great, Judge. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day, Judge. Thank you for working.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Okay.